This is John from Bank Account Bonus Central, and I want to welcome you to the very first episode for this YouTube channel. Now, first thing I want to do is give a shout out to Miss Washington, who was the last person to give me a push to get this channel started and get these videos started. Thank you. Second, I want to give a shout out to my bike riding buddy Gary. Thank you for some inspiration this morning. I appreciate it. So 2020 has been a crazy year, to say the least. If you look at the unemployment numbers, you got a million and a half people still losing their jobs on a weekly basis. People are hurting financially. My purpose in this video, in this channel, is to be able to help people. I want to share with you what I've been doing for the past 3 years, a side hustle where I've been able to make around $10,000 per year. So 3 years, 10,000, that's about $30,000 in this side hustle. I am going to teach you how to make 100, 200, 300, 500, 750, and $1,000 per hour. This is something I've been doing. I've been making money off of banks. Banks are where money is at. So this is the fun game to be in. This is a profitable game to be in. There are 4 different ways to make money off of banks. The first one is credit cards. Here's my take on credit cards. My threshold is $500. If a bank is willing to give me at least $500 in benefit per credit card, I will jump in. Right now, me and my wife, between the both of us, we have 18 credit cards. We don't have any balance. We don't owe any money. I treat credit cards just like debit cards. If I buy something on Monday, it is paid off by Friday. I don't keep balances. I don't play that game. There are 2 different types of people when it comes to banks. There are people who pay money to the banks, and there are people who take money from banks. Hopefully, by hanging out with me and learning and doing this adventure with me, then you're going to become one to profit very nicely from banks. So we have credit cards. My warning about credit cards is if, let's say, you get a new credit card, it's got a $10,000 limit. If you're the type of person who cannot control yourself, you think, I got to spend all that money because it's available to me, this is not for you. You want to be the type of person to make money off of the cash back and whatnot and the bonuses, not somebody to spend a lot more than whatever benefit you could possibly get. I'm a high school math teacher, and basically we're going to be talking some numbers, and it's going to be fun, it's going to be profitable. So second way to make money is off of opening checking accounts, saving accounts, and money market accounts. I gave you those numbers: 100, 200, 300, 500, 750, and 1,000. Those are very, very typical amounts that banks do pay out for new customers. Why do banks pay so much money? I'm going to tell you in a minute. The next way that banks pay out money is through referrals. Tomorrow, I am going to release a video where I talk about a bank where they have an amazing referral program, really good program, to where if you use my link, which is going to be on tomorrow's video, if you use my link and you sign up for the bank, you get $50, I get $50. And then what this bank requires for you to do is to transfer them $1,000. It's an online bank. And then you spend the $1,000. So what I typically do with stuff like this is I have a water bill and electric bill. And they're annoying to see, so I prepay $500 to my water bill, $500 to electric bill. I'm not asking you to spend any money that you wouldn't spend anyways. Or if you have a car payment or whatever. Anyways, so that's going to be tomorrow's video. I'm going to be releasing videos on a regular basis, so please subscribe. Next thing about this referral offer is that you can make $1,500 per month by referring others. So if you have 30 people you can refer to this bank, they will pay you $50 per. So $1,500 per month, that's your max you can make. That's not too shabby. The final way, we have credit cards, checking accounts, referrals, and the final way is through mystery shopping. I have mystery shopped through a number of different companies. Banks pay the most. I'm going to make additional videos on mystery shopping. So you want to subscribe to this video, and we're going to be talking about mystery shopping. The coolest setup you can get involved in is what I call stacking. So for example, there's one mystery shopping company I do work for where they do a lot with Wells Fargo. And they would pay me $100 to go in branch and open up a checking account. So that's my first stack. It's $100. Wells Fargo offers $400 for you to go in and move your direct deposit to them from your work. And then once I'm done, once I collect the $400 and I don't have to keep the account open any longer, then I get paid another $75 to shut down the account in person and then write up my report on that. So 100 plus 400 plus 75, that's $575 off of one bank account. Not too shabby. Now I want to talk about, as I said, I'm a high school math teacher. I mentor students. And while we're having this conversation, there's probably thoughts going on through your head. It's very similar to when I mentor my guys at school. I got two mentoring groups. One's during the day and one's on Friday after school where I go work out with guys. And the very first thing I do when I have a new group of guys is I hand them a 3x5 card. And I say, here, write down any question that's going on in your life, that's rolling around through your head in regards to whatever. And I will make videos to answer that. So any questions you have about this whole process, please comment down below when you get a chance, and I will make a video on that. So next thing I do is I'm going to answer why banks pay money, such really big amounts of money to have new customers. So when I mentor my guys, I ask them what do they plan on doing after they graduate, number one. And then number two, I ask them a simple question, or what seems to be a simple question, about why people get paid. So these are people who have gone through the public school system from kindergarten to 12th grade, and that could be 13, 14, 15-year process. And I say, why do people get paid? And they say, to work. I said, yeah, you're correct. People do get paid to work. But why specifically do people get paid? And they look at me confused, like I'm not making any sense. And they say, well, they get paid to pay bills. And I said, no, people do not get paid to pay bills. So let's say, for example, I hire you to mow my yard, for example. I'm not paying you to pay your bills. I'm paying you to do a job. And they look at me like they're confused. So I say, okay, let's look at it a different way. So what is a job that makes a lot of money? I typically say a doctor. I say, well, doctor's supposed to make a lot of money, like you just said, and I agree. So would you go up to a doctor and just hand him $1,000? No. Let's say you broke your arm. Would you hand a doctor $1,000? I said, well, yeah, then, if you have a broken arm, you have a problem. People get paid. The moral of this is people get paid to solve problems. That's the only reason anybody gets paid, is to solve problems. If you solve little problems in your life, you're going to make little money. If you solve big problems in life, you're going to make much bigger money. That's why brain surgeons and heart surgeons make a lot more money than people who flip burgers. Both people solve problems. The Whopper Flopper, they solve the problem of hunger. The heart surgeon and brain surgeon, they solve medical problems, which deal with life and death. So next thing I want to talk about, one of the most common things that people ask me about is when I tell them that I have so many bank accounts from so many different companies. They say, well, you got to be really organized. I say, well, yeah, you do. Any business, I do consider this a business, you do have to have some accounting going on. Well, you got to, I said, well, it's a spreadsheet. My spreadsheet, I use two methods to keep track of what I do. One of them is a spreadsheet. I use Google Sheets because you don't have to save. It automatically saves it. So if you don't save, you don't lose what you're doing. My spreadsheets have 3 columns. The first one is for bank account bonuses I've already received, and I shut them down. The second one is for bank account bonuses that are in progress. If I need to switch my direct deposit, if I need to do a certain number of transactions, what do I need to do? Do I just need to wait? And then my third one is different offers that I'm considering. It's my queue, if you will. So next I was going to talk about how I got started into this. When I was a teenager, I got my first job at the age of 16 at Pizza Hut, and I needed a bank. So I went to my local bank, happened to be Washington Mutual, and opened up a checking and savings account to where when I got paid, I could just take my paycheck to them and I could save it without being put in a savings account without being tempted, right? So I ended up having this account for a long time. I got married, added my wife to the account, and we got a mortgage. We paid off our mortgage. The Washington Mutual, they got bought out by Chase. So I went from being a Washington Mutual customer to a Chase customer. 20 years, the exact same account number. Lo and behold, one day I was online and I saw a little ad for $300 bank bonus for Chase customers for a brand new checking account. So I go to my local Chase and say, hey, I've been with y'all 20 years. What's up with this $300 bonus? And they said, sir, that's for new customers. I got a little offended. I said, new customers? I've been with y'all 20 years. I paid off my mortgage with y'all. I paid you all sorts of money. Is there no value for loyalty? The lady said, no, this is new customers. She told me straight out how these banks work. They care about one thing. They care about fresh blood. That they don't care about loyal customers. So I got mad, and I realized I only had two options. To be angry or to get curious. Being angry wasn't going to do anything to benefit the situation. So I got curious. So I asked, so what do I got to do to become this new customer if you're not going to value my loyalty? So she said, you got to close down the accounts, come back in 90 days, and get the code that is on the computer for the bonus. So I looked on my calendar on my phone, set it, Google what's 90 days from today. I came back 91 days later. I opened up a checking account. And as soon as my direct deposit hit, 3 days later, boom, $300. When I opened up the checking account, I also opened up, I put in 15,000. Some of these bonuses you do need to put money in. I put in 15,000. I got $300 bonus for a savings account. My wife, she opened up a savings account herself, put in 15,000 there. She got 300. So let's do the math there. 300 for my checking, 300 for my savings, 300 for my wife's savings. That's 900. As soon as that bonus hit for my checking, I upgraded to a Sapphire checking at Chase. That paid me an additional $600. So I ended up making a total of $1,500 from Chase just for being a new customer. Beautiful, huh? So now I started thinking, how many other banks will pay me to do the exact same thing? Banks have a problem. The problem is they are publicly traded companies. You can go on Robinhood or Webull or wherever, and you can buy stocks of Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. And the problem with these companies is that they always want to be seen as growing in customers. So they are willing to pay people very handsomely to become customers. And I'm very willing to take their money to become a new customer. There is no loyalty with banks. They only care about one thing, which is new customers. This is the point of this channel, is to be able to inform you. I want you to hang out with me, and I can show you what I've learned in 3 years. I can tell you what banks I recommend, what credit cards I recommend. There is an order for credit cards that you should do, because if not, it makes you ineligible for other offers. Long story short, this is something I'm very passionate about. I enjoy this process. There are some bonuses out there that are for very limited time, and there's one that ended within a week, where you put in 100, you get back 225. Plus, you can do referrals on that one, but that one ended. Tomorrow, as I said, I want to share an offer for referrals where if you use my code, you get $50. I get $50. You spend $1,000, which I want you I want it to be $1,000 you're going to spend anyways. You collect another 100, and then you can make $1,500 in referrals. So that's tomorrow's video. So if you find anything of benefit, if you can make any amount of money, I'm going to ask you to do a few things since this is a brand new channel. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers. That is very important to me. This is something I want to do. I want to be able to help at least 1,000 people to be able to make additional money. I talked to a friend of mine. He said right now he's retired. He's only making off Social Security. I said, brother, you can make a lot more money. Let me help you. So that's the whole point of this channel. Please subscribe. Hit the bell notification because whenever I see a brand new offer, I will be jumping in and saying, hey, view this bank. This is a very limited time offer. This is what you got to do. Last thing I want to share. Thank you for spending so much time with me. The whole point of this, we're going to put it in math terms, is this is a function. The function is called if then. I want you to repeat that three more times. If then, if then, if then. The point of this channel is for you to understand that if you do these certain things with these certain companies, then they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you very nicely. So my job is going to be to help you to understand the ifs. If you do this. I had a couple of times where I got a little bit sloppy and I missed out on a few $100s. And I don't want that to happen with y'all. So thank you for your time. Please like, please share, please comment on what type of videos you want me to make. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. Peace.